My child, stop for a moment and listen to me. I know your thumb was about to scroll. I know your mind is full and your heart is tired. But this message is not an accident, and this moment is not random. I am speaking to you right now because the weight you have been carrying has reached its turning point. What you have been asking me about in quiet prayers, what you have been hoping for even when hope felt heavy, this is the moment where things begin to move. Do not rush past this. Stay with me. And as you listen, let this message reach others who are still waiting too. Like this video, share it with 3 people who need confirmation, and let your heart be open as I speak. You have asked me so many times when. You have looked at the calendar, at other people's lives, at your own delays, and you wondered if you were forgotten. But hear me clearly now. I have never lost sight of you. I have never ignored your cries. The reason this matters now is because something has shifted in the unseen. What felt stalled was not dead. What felt silent was not empty. I needed you to become ready, not just receive. And now, you are standing at the edge of what you prayed for, even if you cannot fully see it yet. This is why you must not skip this message. Because your waiting season was shaping you for what comes next. I was teaching your heart how to trust me without evidence, how to stand without reassurance, how to believe even when the timeline did not make sense. And now I am telling you, the wait is officially over, not because everything is suddenly perfect, but because the door is opening. A movement has begun. The answer is unfolding step by step. I know part of you is afraid to believe me again. You do not want to get your hopes up just to be disappointed. But I am not asking you to force excitement. I am asking you to listen. Let peace replace doubt. Let true silence fear. You did not come this far to be abandoned at the finish line. I would not prepare you this deeply if I was not about to move powerfully in your life. This message is for you because you are ready to hear it. Not everyone could. Not everyone would understand. But you stayed. You endured. You kept seeking me even when it hurt. That is why I am speaking now. Stay until the end of this message, because every word is meant to settle your heart and confirm what I have already been whispering to you. If this speaks to you, tell me in the comments what you have been waiting for. Let others see they are not alone. Subscribe, because I will continue to guide you through this next season. My child, take a breath. You are not late. You are right on time. My child, I see you. I see beyond what you show others, beyond the smiles you force and the strength you pretend to have. I see the weight you have been carrying quietly, the questions you never said out loud, the moments when you felt confused, tired, and unsure of what step to take next. You wondered if your waiting meant you were doing something wrong, if your silence meant I was distant. But listen to me now. I have been closer than you realized, watching every step, holding you even when you felt like you were standing alone. I know how long the nights have felt. I know how many times you replayed conversations in your mind, asking if you missed something, if you heard me wrong, if you should have given up already. I know the pressure you felt when others seemed to move ahead while you stayed in the same place. You tried to stay faithful, but some days faith felt heavy. Some days obedience felt lonely. I saw those days too. You are not weak for feeling this way. You are human, and you are my child. I never expected you to wait without emotion or struggle. I expected you to bring those feelings to me, even when you did not have words. Every tear you held back, every sigh you released when no one was watching, every prayer that ended with silence, I noticed them all. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was ignored. There were moments you felt unseen, as if your effort did not matter and your patience went unnoticed. But I was shaping something deep within you. I was strengthening your roots so that when the winds of blessing come, you would not be shaken. I was teaching you endurance, not to hurt you, but to prepare you. I was training your heart to trust me beyond what your eyes could confirm. You may have thought others were chosen while you were overlooked, but that is not the truth. I chose you long before this season began. I chose you knowing every delay, every test, every step of your journey. I allowed the waiting because I trusted what it would produce in you. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are exactly where I need you to be. I recognize the courage it took for you to keep going when answers did not come quickly. I recognize the faith it took to stay kind, to stay hopeful, to stay open when disappointment tried to close your heart. Many would have walked away, but you stayed, and that matters more than you know. So let your heart rest for a moment. You do not need to explain yourself to me. You do not need to prove your pain or justify your questions. I already understand. I have always understood. And as we move forward together, I want you to remember this truth deeply. You have never been invisible to me. Not once. Not ever. My child, let me tell you the truth you need to hear right now. The waiting you endured was not rejection, and it was not delay without purpose. It was preparation guided by my hand. You believed that if I loved you, things would move faster, doors would open sooner, and answers would come clearer. Adlum must be built strong. Love protects what is becoming valuable, and I love you deeply. You thought silence meant absence, but silence was where I was doing my deepest work. While you were waiting for visible change, I was changing what could not be seen. I was aligning your heart, sharpening your discernment, and teaching you how to listen without panic. I was removing what could not go with you into the next season. If I had answered you earlier, you would have received the blessing but missed the growth. And I care about who you are becoming, not just what you receive. You misunderstood the wait because the world taught you that delaying means denial. But in my kingdom, waiting is often confirmation that something meaningful is coming. I do not delay small things this long. I do not refine hearts for empty outcomes. The stretching you felt was evidence that expansion was taking place. The discomfort was not to harm you, but to prepare you to carry what is next without losing yourself. I know you questioned your worth during this season. You wondered if you were overlooked or if someone else was more deserving. Hear me clearly now. Your value was never being tested. Your trust was. I was teaching you to rely on me instead of timelines, to seek me instead of signs, to believe me even when nothing around you changed. That kind of faith cannot be learned quickly. It must be lived. You also believed that your waiting meant you were stuck. But waiting with me is never standing still. Is movement beneath the surface. Roots grow in the dark. Foundations are laid underground. And when the time comes to rise, everything that was built quietly will support what becomes visible. That is what has been happening in your life. Do not look back on this season with regret. Do not tell yourself it was wasted time. It was sacred time. It was time where I guarded you from what would have broken you too early. It was time where I taught you to hear my voice without noise. It was time where you learned patience, humility, and strength that cannot be shaken. Now I am revealing this truth to you because understanding changes how you move forward. When you know the wait had purpose, you stop rushing. You stop comparing. You stop doubting me. You begin to trust that if I brought you through that season, I will lead you wisely into the next. So let this truth settle in your heart. I was never late. I was never unsure. I was never distant. I was preparing you with intention, with care, and with love. And what comes next will make sense because of what you endured, not in spite of it. My child, as I reveal that your waiting was preparation, hear me now. When you sow into this message through Super Thanks, membership, or PayPal, you are placing seed into soil where souls are still waiting for light. I am the one who said that those who sow in faith will reap in joy, and I am speaking that promise over you personally. I am saying to you now, this is your moment to help me reach the one still standing in the dark. Just as the wait is ending, the river must keep flowing, and your obedience becomes oil that keeps the fire burning. Do not delay this response, because what you release today opens heaven for someone else tomorrow. I bless what you give, and I multiply it back to you with peace, clarity, and increase. Act now. Support this work through Super Thanks, membership, or the PayPal link and QR code in the description, and obey me. My child, now that you are standing at the edge of what you have been waiting for, I need to speak to you with love and clarity. This is a moment of movement, but it is also a moment of caution. When doors begin to open, the temptation is to rush, to grab, to run ahead out of fear that it might close again. I understand that fear. Waiting taught you how painful delay can be. But do not let the memory of waiting push you into haste. What I am bringing into your life must be entered with trust, not urgency. Hear me gently but firmly. Do not return to old patterns just because something feels unfamiliar. Do not reach for control now that things are changing. You learned how to trust me in the waiting, and that same trust is required in the receiving. If you move without me, even good opportunities can become heavy burdens. I am not asking you to slow down out of fear, but to stay aligned with me in every step. There is also a warning I want you to understand clearly. Do not allow impatience to speak louder than wisdom. Do not let excitement drown out discernment. Not every open door is meant to be walked through immediately. Some doors require prayer before movement. Some blessings need timing to protect them. I will guide you, but you must listen closely. Stay sensitive to my voice, especially now. I know you are tired of being careful. I know part of you wants to finally relax and stop guarding your heart. But wisdom is not fear, and obedience is not delay. I am teaching you how to move forward without losing peace. What I am giving you is meant to add life, not stress. If something pulls you away from me, pressures you, or demands compromise, pause. I am not in a hurry that sacrifices your soul. Do not measure progress the way the world does. Faster is not always better. Louder is not always right. Bigger is not always from me. I am leading you into a season that requires maturity, not impulse. You have grown during the wait, and now I am asking you to walk in that growth. Trust what I have taught you. Trust what you have learned in the quiet. I also caution you not to look back with bitterness. Do not carry resentment from the waiting into the blessing. Unforgiveness will weigh down what is meant to lift you. Release the frustration. Release the disappointment. Let me heal what was stretched and bruised. You do not need to prove anything now. You do not need to rush to show others that you made it. Walk calmly with me, and let your life speak in time. This correction is not to scare you. It is to protect you. I would not warn you if I was not bringing you somewhere meaningful. I care too much about you to let impatience undo what obedience built. So breathe. Stay close to me. Ask before you act. Listen before you move. My child, the next season is not fragile, but it is precious. Guard it with wisdom. Walk into it with trust. And remember, I am leading you, step by step, just as I always have. My child, let me pour strength back into you now. I know the waiting took more from you than you expected. Even when you stayed faithful, there were moments you felt drained, worn down, and quietly exhausted. You kept showing up, kept believing, kept hoping, even when your heart felt tired. I want you to know this clearly. I see your endurance, and I am restoring what was depleted. You may not feel strong right now, but strength is not always loud. Sometimes it is simply the ability to keep going without giving up. Sometimes it is choosing to trust me one more day when yesterday already hurt. That strength has been growing inside you, even when you thought you had none left. I have been renewing you slowly, deeply, in ways you could not measure. I know you questioned yourself. You wondered if the waiting had weakened you, if the delays had made you less confident, less bold, less sure of who you are. But the truth is, you are stronger now than before. You are steadier. You are wiser. You are more rooted in me. What once would have shaken you no longer has the same power, and that is not by accident. I am reminding you now that you do not walk into the next season empty-handed. You carry patience that was forged in silence. You carry discernment that came from listening instead of rushing. You carry resilience that was built when quitting felt easier than continuing. These are not small things. These are the qualities that sustain blessing. When fear tries to rise, I want you to remember who you belong to. You are mine. You are not facing the future alone. I am not sending you forward without covering, guidance, or support. I am walking with you, strengthening you step by step. When you feel unsure, lean on me. When you feel tired, rest in me. You were never meant to do this on your own. Let hope return to places that felt closed off. Let courage rise where discouragement once lived. I am breathing fresh life into your spirit. What felt heavy will not crush you. What felt impossible will not defeat you. You have already survived seasons that were meant to break you, and you are still here. That alone tells a story of strength. Do not underestimate what I have placed within you. Do not speak weakness over yourself when I am calling you capable. You may still feel tender, but tenderness does not mean fragility. It means your heart is alive, responsive, and open to me. I will protect that heart as you move forward. So lift your head, my child. Straighten your posture. Take another step with confidence, not because everything is clear, but because I am with you. I am renewing your strength daily. I am restoring your joy gradually. And I am reminding you now that you are more prepared than you think. You are not running on empty. I am filling you. And as you move ahead, you will discover that the strength you need will meet you at every step, exactly when you need it. My child, now I speak to you with promise and assurance, because I do not want you to step forward unsure of my faithfulness. I want you to know deep in your spirit that I keep my word. What I begin, I complete. What I promise, I fulfill. The waiting did not cancel what I spoke over your life. It confirmed it. I am not a God who forgets, delays without reason, or changes my mind when things take time. I promise you this. Nothing you surrendered was lost. Nothing you laid down in obedience disappeared. I have been keeping account of every sacrifice, every moment you chose me over comfort, every time you trusted me instead of taking shortcuts. I am not unjust. I do not overlook faithfulness. What you gave up made room for something greater, something cleaner, something aligned with my will for you. I know you worry about timing. You fear that maybe it is too late, that too much time has passed, that opportunities slip away while you waited. But listen to me carefully. My timing is not bound by clock or calendars. I redeem time. I restore years. I accelerate what needs to move and stabilize what needs to last. You have not missed your moment. Your moment is meeting you now. I promise to guide you as you step into what comes next. I will not leave you guessing or confused. When you seek me, I will answer. When you need clarity, I will provide it. You will not have to force doors open. What is meant for you will open with peace, not pressure. I will make the path clear enough for obedience, even if I do not reveal everything at once. I also promise you rest in the middle of progress. I am not calling you into chaos or exhaustion. The season ahead will require trust, but it will also carry grace. You will learn how to move without striving, how to grow without losing peace, how to receive without fear. I am teaching you to live from assurance, not anxiety. Trust me with the unfolding. Trust me with the pace. Trust me when things move slower than expected and when they move faster than you imagined. I am steady. I am intentional. I am good. Even when you do not understand every step, you can trust the one who is leading you. I promise to protect what I give you. What comes from me will not harm you. It will refine you, strengthen you, and draw you closer to me. You will not need to compromise who you are to keep what I bless. My promises do not demand fear. They invite faith. So let your heart settle into this truth. You are not hoping in uncertainty. You are trusting in me. I am faithful to my word. I am present in your process. And I am already ahead of you, preparing what you cannot yet see. Hold on to this assurance, my child. The same God who carried you through the waiting is the God who will sustain you in the fulfillment. I have not brought you this far to let you fall. I am with you, now and always. My child, this is the moment where waiting turns into response. I have spoken comfort, truth, correction, strength, and promise over you. Now I am inviting you to choose how you will walk forward. Faith is not only something you feel, it is something you activate. It is trust expressed through obedience, through surrender, through movement even when the path is not fully visible. I am not asking you to leap blindly or to force change. I am asking you to place your heart fully in my hands again. Release what you have been holding too tightly. Release the need to control outcomes. Release the fear of being disappointed. Fear has had enough influence in your waiting season. It does not belong in what comes next. This is where you decide to trust me not just with your prayers but with your steps. You have prayed for direction, and now I am asking you to listen. You have asked for clarity, and now I am asking you to obey what you already know. Obedience is rarely loud. Often it is quiet, steady, and unseen. But it moves mountains in the spirit. I want you to take this moment seriously, not with pressure, but with intention. Pause your heart. Take a breath. Ask me what I am inviting you into right now. It may be a conversation you have been avoiding. It may be a habit you need to release. It may be a step of faith that feels small but significant. Do not dismiss it. Small acts of obedience open large doors. You do not need to feel perfectly ready. Readiness grows as you walk with me. You only need to be willing. Willing to trust me when it feels uncomfortable. Willing to believe me when your past tries to speak louder than my promises. Willing to say yes, even with a trembling voice. This is also a moment of prayer. Not long words or perfect sentences, but honest connection. Talk to me. Tell me what scares you. Tell me where you feel unsure. Invite me into your decisions, your timing, your expectations. I am not distant. I am present, listening, guiding. I am activating your faith, because you are no longer just waiting. You are transitioning. And transitions require participation. You are stepping out of survival mode and into intentional trust. That shift matters. Heaven responds when hearts align with faith. Do not look for signs everywhere. Stay grounded in my voice. I will confirm what needs confirming. I will clothe what needs closing. Your responsibility is not to figure everything out, but to stay close to me. Walk with me, not ahead of me, not behind me. So choose me again right now. Choose trust over fear. Choose obedience over delay. Choose faith over familiarity. You are not stepping into the unknown alone. I am already there. My child, this decision moment is gentle, but it is powerful. What you choose to trust me with now will shape the season ahead, and I am ready to walk with you through every step of it. My child, now rest your heart. Let everything I have spoken settle gently within you. You do not need to rush away from this moment. You do not need to figure out everything tonight. I'm bringing you into a season where peace walks with progress, where trust replaces strain, and where hope feels steady again. The waiting shaped you, but it does not define you anymore. You are stepping forward with me, and that is enough. Remember what you have heard. You were never forgotten. You were never late. You were never overlooked. Every pause had purpose. Every delay had meaning. I was leading you even when the path felt unclear. And now, as this season closes, I want you to carry peace, not pressure. You do not need to prove anything to anyone. You only need to stay close to me. I know the future still holds unknowns. I know some questions remain unanswered. But peace does not come from knowing everything. Peace comes from knowing me. I am constant. I am faithful. I am present. Just as I carried you through the waiting, I will carry you through the fulfillment. You are not stepping into chaos. You are stepping into alignment. Let go of the weight you were never meant to keep carrying. Release the fear that says something might go wrong. Release the voice that tells you to expect disappointment. I am restoring trust in your heart. I am teaching you how to hope again without fear. What is coming will not overwhelm you. I will give you grace for every step. As you move forward, remember that you are not alone. When you feel unsure, I am your guide. When you feel tired, I am your rest. When you feel joyful, I am celebrating with you. You do not walk this path by yourself. I am with you in every moment, both the quiet ones and the visible ones. I want you to look ahead with expectation, not anxiety. The future is not something to fear when I am already there. I am preparing connections, opportunities, healing, and growth in ways you cannot yet see. Trust that what unfolds will be shaped by my wisdom and my love for you. If this message brought peace to your heart, respond. Let your voice be heard. Like this video so others who are waiting can find it too. Share it with 3 people who need reassurance tonight. Leave a comment and tell me what you are trusting me for in this next season. And stay connected by subscribing, because I will continue to speak to you, guide you, and remind you of who you are in me. Now breathe, my child. Let your shoulders relax. Let your mind quiet. You are safe. You are loved. You are led. The wait is over, and the journey ahead will not be walked alone. Go forward with peace. I am with you, always. My child, as you rest in the peace of knowing the wait is over, I speak to your heart again. This message does not end with you. It must reach the ones who are still crying out in silence. When you give through Super Thanks, membership, or PayPal, you are sowing into living ground, and I am the Lord who promised that seed released in faith will never return empty. I am telling you now, partner with me and let your obedience become a door for someone else's breakthrough. This is not just support. It is a prophetic act, a response to what I have spoken in you today. I bless every giver, and I release favor, provision, and peace back into your life as you give. Do not hesitate. Take action now using the PayPal link in the description or the QR code on screen, and move when I tell you to move.